A political storm is now sweeping across Britain, and it reaches the highest levels of power. The Keir Starmer government has ordered a sweeping probe into whether convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein used Royal Air Force bases to traffic women into the United Kingdom. The directive is clear: leave no stone unturned. According to The Telegraph, British Defense Secretary John Healey has instructed officials to comb through decades of Ministry of Defense records, searching for any trace of Epstein's private jet using RAF facilities. A ministry source says authorities will ruthlessly pursue any information that could shed light on the scandal. While official RAF flight logs are routinely scrubbed after just 3 months, investigators are now examining archived communications between defense officials and private aviation firms, documents that could reveal far more about Epstein's movements on British soil. And the revelations are deeply troubling. Flight logs contained in recently released U.S. Justice Department files show Epstein's plane landed at RAF Northolt and RAF Marham. In one filing, Epstein allegedly confirmed that ex-Prince Andrew, formerly Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, facilitated access to RAF Marham and RAF Horsham. In the year 2000, Epstein's jet reportedly landed at Marham en route to Sandringham estate, the royal family's private residence just 20 miles away. One passenger on that flight was listed only as one female, a designation investigators say Epstein commonly used to refer to a trafficked victim. The controversy has reignited scrutiny of Prince Andrew's long-standing ties to Epstein, ties he maintained even after Epstein's 2008 conviction for procuring a minor for prostitution. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown is now demanding a full police investigation into whether taxpayer funds or British airports were misused in facilitating those meetings. Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles amid public backlash, is currently residing on the Sandringham estate. The question now shaking Britain's political establishment is stark. Were military facilities funded by the public used in one of the most notorious trafficking scandals of all time?
A 66th birthday that should have marked quiet reflection instead exploded into crisis. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, once a senior working royal, now stripped of rank and reputation, was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. For a man who spent decades at the heart of Britain's monarchy, it was the most dramatic twist yet in a scandal that has followed him for years: his long, controversial friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. At the center of the current investigation are claims that during his tenure as a UK trade envoy, Andrew may have passed sensitive government information to Epstein. Newly released U.S. government documents, dubbed the Epstein Files, allegedly contain emails suggesting official trade reports were shared outside authorized channels. Under British law, misconduct in public office is a serious common law offense. Investigators must determine whether confidential diplomatic information was improperly disclosed and whether any such act crosses the criminal threshold. Police are also assessing allegations that a woman was trafficked to the United Kingdom by Epstein for an encounter with Andrew. No charges have been filed, and Andrew has consistently denied any unlawful conduct, but the weight of cumulative accusations has intensified scrutiny to an unprecedented level. The scandal's most explosive accusation dates back to 2001. Virginia Giuffre, then Virginia Roberts, alleged she was trafficked by Epstein and forced to have sexual relations with Andrew when she was 17. Andrew has always denied the claim. In 2022, he reached an out-of-court settlement in a U.S. civil lawsuit brought by Giuffre without admitting liability. The settlement avoided a trial, but it did not silence public suspicion. Giuffre died by suicide in April 2025, according to her family. Her death reignited debate over accountability and the lasting trauma linked to Epstein's network. In 2010, Andrew was photographed walking with Epstein in New York's Central Park after Epstein had served jail time for soliciting a minor. The images stunned the public and raised urgent questions about judgment and character. In 2019, Andrew's now infamous interview on BBC's flagship program Newsnight backfired spectacularly. His attempts to explain the friendship were widely criticized. Within days, he stepped back from public duties. By 2025, after further documents suggested he maintained contact with Epstein longer than previously acknowledged, King Charles III formally removed his royal titles. Andrew vacated Royal Lodge and retreated from official life. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has emphasized that nobody is above the law. Lawmakers are demanding transparency, not only from Andrew, but from institutions that once shielded him. Even his former protection officers are under review, amid allegations they may have overlooked suspicious activity during visits to Epstein's properties. For decades, former Prince Andrew embodied privilege and proximity to power. Today, he stands as a symbol of unanswered questions. No conviction yet, but a cascade of allegations spanning trafficking claims, questionable associations, confidential communications, and a public relations disaster that reshaped the monarchy itself. The investigation continues, and with it, a reckoning that reaches far beyond one former prince into the very credibility of British royal institution once again.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out their right.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.